Sheila here with Just Breathe Yoga and Bodywork. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to share what my shirt says today. It says hanging with my Omis, and that's not necessarily so. I'm missing my Omis. So just a fun shirt to wear and to practice in. Our practice for today will revolve around linking breath and movement. And we'll use the breath as a gauge for when we are taking our practice too far too fast. So the breath should move freely in and out through the body and not feel labored. You could probably call these a type of sun salutation. And it's typically done first thing in the morning. And it's a practice that can be done alone without having to do anything else. So if you're like me, you're busy, some days the thoughts of getting on the mat for about an hour or so can be sometimes overwhelming, but when I think about taking my practice down to 10 or 15 minutes, some days that feels a little more doable for me. So what I have to offer today is little vinyasas that you could practice first thing in the morning to prepare you to get ready for your day. If you have a full sun salutation in your practice, great. There may be folks who do not, so I want to offer a couple of different variations of things that you can practice. So in India, traditionally the sun salutations were done first thing in the morning, just as the sun was coming up. They did it as a way to prepare their body as a warm-up for the actual asana practice. But just remember that the sun salutations or linking breath and movement like we're going to do today can be a practice in itself. So let's begin. Take a comfortable seated posture. Draw the flesh away from your sitting bones. Root your sitting bones into your props. Lift up through your chest. Allow your eyes to close or let your gaze softly drop towards the floor. So we take this pause at the beginning of the practice to draw our attention away from everything that's happened so far in our day, or maybe we have concerns about what lies ahead. We just practice the pause. The pause of settling, centering, preparing. If the mind is scattered in many different directions, it's hard to get on the yoga mat and attempt to do a practice. So we use this time to quiet the mind. Today I'm dedicating this practice to peace and love throughout the world. Maybe you'd like to dedicate your practice today. And if so, take a moment to decide what you would like to dedicate it to. Lift your palms together in front of your heart center. With your exhale, slowly bow head to heart. As you inhale, release your hands, lift your gaze, and open the eyes. So let's take the arms out to the sides and overhead. Interlace your fingers, spin your palms upward. As you exhale, gently twist to your left. As you inhale, take your arms up, interlace your fingers, opposite interlace. And as you exhale, twist right. And then slowly come to center. Bring your feet forward into Baddha Konasana. Now I'm elevated up on the block. I'm a little bit high, but this is where I might as well come down. Okay. So press the soles of the feet together. Lift tall through the spine, broaden across the collarbones. And then draw the legs up and extend the legs out. We'll do a thigh press. Okay, so let's bend knees, place the feet to the floor, and then make your way on to hands and knees. You will probably want to blanket down for the knees. Okay. The first little series that we'll do will be done 6 times. And I'll do it once so you can watch and then you can follow along with me. So on the first one, on an inhalation, you're going to lift the head, neck, and chest. And then on the exhale, you're going to arch the spine upward to the ceiling and rock your hips back. And then you'll inhale, come back to neutral, and we'll start. So here we go. Couldn't tell if it was recording. Okay, on the inhale, lift up. And on the exhale, arch the spine, rock your hips back. On the inhale, pull forward, lift heart, lift gaze. And as you exhale, arch the spine upward, rock the hips back. On the inhale, pull forward, lift heart, lift gaze. And on the exhale, arch up, rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull forward, lift heart, lift gaze. On the exhale, arch the spine upward and rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull your heart and gaze forward. Exhaling, arch up and rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull forward, lift heart, lift gaze. Exhaling, arch the spine up and rock your hips back. So take a moment here to pause and notice what you feel in the body. And now we'll add on with downward facing dog in the sequence. Now I have 8 prepared. However, that may not be something that's doable in your body today, and that's perfectly okay. You work with the number that's doable for you, or you go back to the first set of 6, okay? With an inhalation, lift your heart, lift your gaze. And with an exhalation, tuck your toes under, rock your hips back, dog pose. And then drop the knees towards the floor. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, arch the spine upward, rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull your heart and gaze forward. As you exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Drop your knees to the floor. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, arch the spine up. Rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull your heart and gaze forward. Exhaling, tuck your toes under, lift up and back, dog pose. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, arch the spine up. Exhale, rock the hips back. Inhaling, pull forward, lift your heart. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, pull heart forward. Exhale, arch the spine up and rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhaling, pull your heart forward. Exhaling, arch the spine up and rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull forward, look forward. Exhaling, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhaling, arch the spine up and rock your hips back. Inhaling, pull forward, heart and gaze forward. Exhaling, tuck the toes under, lift up and back dog. And then drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arch the spine and rock your hips back. Take a couple of breathers here. And then walk your hands back up underneath your shoulders. Roll your wrist out if you need to. And we add in upward facing dog. So watch the demo first and then join me. So we begin in the same position. We'll inhale, lift the heart and gaze. On the exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, upward facing dog. Toes can be tucked. Tops of feet can be down. Exhale, back dog pose. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, lift the heart and head. Exhale, arch the spine up and rock the hips back. Okay, so let's give that a try and see how that works for you. Okay. All right. As you inhale, look up, lift your chest. As you exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. As you inhale, come forward, upward facing dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, pull your heart and gaze forward. Exhaling, arch your spine up and rock your hips back. Inhaling, come up onto all fours, lift gaze, lift heart. As you exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Inhaling, come forward, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Drop the knees to the mat. Inhale, pull your heart and gaze forward. Exhale, arch the spine up and rock your hips back. 3. Inhale, pull forward, lift heart and gaze. Exhaling, tuck toes under, downward facing dog. Inhaling, pull forward, up dog. Exhaling, back, down dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, arch the spine up and rock the hips back. Inhale, rise up, heart and gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward, up dog. Exhaling back, down dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Pull the heart and gaze forward. Exhale, arch the spine up and rock your hips back. Inhale, pull forward, lift heart, lift gaze. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Inhaling, pull forward, up dog. Exhaling back, down dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhaling, look forward, pull your heart forward. Exhaling, arch and rock your hips back. Last time. Inhaling, pull forward, look forward. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, forward, upward facing dog. Exhaling, back, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, pull forward. Exhaling, arch up and round the spine back. Okay, so bring hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself upward. And now we take it down to child's pose and into a kneeling of raising the arms up and overhead. We have 6. Okay, and then we'll add in, put it all together, I should say. Okay, so we begin in child's pose with the arms forward. It's Adho Mukha. No, we don't. We begin in child's pose with the arms near the sacrum. Palms resting upward, forehead towards the floor. So child's pose here. On an inhalation, you're going to rise up onto your knees, sweep your arms up, draw your chin to your chest, and then as you exhale, you're going to come back down. Okay, so let's begin. Inhaling, rise up, arms up, chin to chest. And then exhaling, child's pose. Inhaling, lift up, chin to chest. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhaling, lift up. Exhaling, child's. Inhaling, lift up, chin to chest. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhaling, lift up, palms together, chin to chest. Exhaling, child's pose. One more. Inhale, lift up, chin to chest, palms touch. Exhale, child's pose. And then bring hands back up underneath your shoulders. Push yourself upward, and now let's put it all together. Okay, so from tabletop, let me get my notes up here just so I don't forget where I'm moving. I don't think I will, but you never know. Okay, so from tabletop, inhale, look up, lift your heart. As you exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, upward facing dog. As you exhale, down dog. Drop your knees to the floor. Inhale, lift heart and head. Exhale, arch the spine. Rock your hips back, arms go back. Inhale, rise up onto the knees, chin to chest. Exhale, child's pose. Take a breather if you need it. Inhaling, pull forward, lift heart and head. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, pull forward, upward facing dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat. Inhale, pull heart and head forward. Exhaling, arch the spine. Rock your hips back. Arms come back. Inhale, rise up onto your knees. Palms touch, chin to chest. Exhaling, child's pose. Inhaling, pull forward. Exhaling, dog pose. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, dog pose. Drop the knees to the mat. Inhale, pull heart and head forward. Exhale, arch the spine up. Rock your hips back. Arms to the back of the sacrum. Inhaling, lift up, chin to chest. Exhaling, child's pose. 3 more. Inhale. Inhale, pull forward, look forward. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Drop knees to mat. Inhale, pull heart and gaze forward. Exhale, arch the spine up. Rock your hips back. Arms come to the sacrum, palms up. Inhaling, rise up, palms touch, chin to chest. Exhale, down. 2 more. Inhale, pull forward, look up. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Drop knees to mat. Inhale, pull heart and head forward. Exhale, arch up, rock your hips back. Hands come to the sacrum. Inhale, rise up, chin to chest. Exhale, hands to sacrum, child's pose. Inhale, pull forward, lift heart and head. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, pull forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat. Inhale, pull heart and head forward. Exhale, arch the spine up. Rock your hips back, arms to the sacrum. Inhale, up you come, chin to chest. Exhaling, hands to the back, ending in child's pose. And then bring hands up underneath the shoulders. Push yourself upward. And now we're going to recline to the floor for Shavasana. So quick, easy practices for when you have very little time. So, recline onto your back body. Extend the legs forward. No matter how long your practice is, always take time out to do at least a 5-minute Shavasana. So have your feet a little wider than hip distance. Have your arms away from your hip points about 6 inches. Allow your eyes to close and invite your body into stillness. So for the purposes of the video, I'll be coming out and I'll call you out in just a moment. So I encourage you to stay longer in your, Shavasana if you would like. But to come out, please stretch your fingers away from your palms a couple of times. Ankle rotation, wrist rotations. And then bend your knees one at a time, placing your feet to your prop or your mat. Gently sway your legs from side to side. And then carefully roll all the way over to the right side of your body. And gently push yourself upward. So let's bring hands together in front of the heart center. I thank you for joining me for the short mini practice. Hopefully you'll have a tool in your toolbox on days that you're extra busy. Namaste.